Welcome to episode 33, guys, gals, child, beasts. But we made it. Today is November 19th, 2019. Yes, we are not in 2018 anymore. Some people still write 2018 on their papers, to be honest with you. I've glanced over and looked at people's papers when they're writing the date, and they're still writing 2018. So, don't get used to writing 2019 because it's about to be gone. We only got a month and a half until it's 2020. 2020 vision. I got 2020 vision, I think. Perfect vision. But I can't really see colors that well. Like, I know that this is red and this is red. And I'm wearing black and all that. But I kind of go off the names of tags, In my art class, I had to tell the teacher to, label the colors, So, I know colors go good with each other based off, the rules, tertiaries, primaries, and secondaries and all of that. But when it comes to telling you if that's the right shade of orange or green, dude, if someone put a colorblind test in front of me, I usually say there's a dinosaur in the middle, and they're like, that's a 7 in the middle, and I just totally don't even understand what's going on. But yeah, November 19th, man, it's a special day. Big, I made it to the double twos, man. 22 years old as of this recording. I made it, man. Birthdays are getting a little more easier to handle, I think, because when I was younger, it was a lot more, you'd have to be around more people. And to be honest with you, it sucks a little bit not being with my family right now while celebrating my birthday. But you know what? That's the price you pay when you come up to, when you go to school and, you're doing stuff. And it's all good, but I do miss them. And shout out to the family members who are listening to this. And I didn't get to share my birthday with you during that day, but you get to listen to my voice. That's at least a little more welcoming. I don't feel a little bit older at all yet. As soon as you blow out them candles, people come right up to you and say, do you feel old yet? That's such a hard joke, It's it's exhausting. And I'm trying to have a good day today. And things I've been telling myself when I've been having bad days is just all right, well, let's just be mad for 10 minutes and then get over it, And there's nothing wrong with feeling feelings, but if you're going to sit there and be mad for fucking 8 hours and not get anything done, that's not productive. I'd rather be mad for 10 minutes and just be mad and then go out with my day, Short-term madness is a little more better than long-term madness, if you catch what I'm trying to say there. But yeah, we got a lot of things going. DomJosephPodcast.com is now live. I'm super excited to announce that. If you guys ever want to go check that out, go check it out. You can apply to be on the show there. You can apply to be on the show by just messaging me on Dom Joseph Podcast on Instagram. Anyways, you guys really want to reach out. Even if you guys want to send a question into the show, do it either way. I'm always open for those. I tried to grow out a mullet. That didn't really work out. I ended up getting my hair cut. I went in and said, let's just do something different with the sides, and they kind of faded it, I think. And that's cool, I was feeling it a little bit, after you get your hair cut, you're feeling a little more slick, a little more light on your feet kind of thing. I definitely felt a little more light on my feet. I made sure I got the IG post out quick with that fresh haircut, But it wasn't just for all that reason. I had a good weekend last weekend. I got to go watch some football with some friends, and it was a great time. We got a good team right now, or not great team, but it's still fun to go to watch regardless. And I was talking to my buddy about this too. We were sitting in the living room, and some people I get the nostalgia factor of everything. I get a lot of people like to do things that are old just because it's fun. And there's these people hyping up iPods like they're better than my phone. And newsflash, for everyone who thinks the older technology is better than the new stuff, it's not. Any iPod that was made after the 2008 iPod is better. My phone that I could stream literally 3 million songs from anywhere or go to any website at any time is better than that iPod. And I'm sorry, it is. It just is. There's a lot of things like that. And to be honest with you guys, on my birthday yesterday, I don't even know why I brought up my birthday. I guess I'm just kind of flexing a little bit, just so you guys know. But yesterday I kind of had a weird day. I was walking around campus, and I'm on campus with about 30,000 other people. And I've said this before, everyone's missing home and all that kind of gist, but I feel like sometimes I'm just a sheep. And what I mean by that is there's 30,000 of us paying roughly about $30,000 to be here. Whether that be, them paying it, the parents paying it, a financial institution paying it, sovereign nation paying for it. There's a whole bunch of, factors. And we're all doing what the college wants us to do and the routes they want us to go. And it feels a little discouraging sometimes, to be honest with you, just seeing how many people there are. And I don't know, kind of like, I don't feel so special. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not trying to act like I need to be the needle in the haystack all the time, but it's nice to be. Everyone's doing the same thing, it feels like. But then I knocked it down to this. There's 30,000 of us. And then let's just say 30% of them don't even really take education serious. Then that's, so 30% of 30. So let's just, let's say, I don't fucking know. I'm not going to do math. But let's just say that's 8,000 kids don't even care. Then you got your people who are older in school. I'm not really worried about them because, they're just coming back to get their things together. But then you got the people who are taking it serious. And then I narrowed it down by majors. And there's probably roughly 400 people probably in my major, which is advertising and marketing. And then I take half of them and say, okay, well, how many of them want to do what I want to do? Probably 10. Like, do it in podcasting. And, it's like I got to outwork them. And as soon as I thought about it like that, it was a lot easier to think of, and as soon as you start looking at the world and the competition-wise, because that's what I do, I look at these 30,000 people and say, how can I compete with them and how can I make myself better? And I feel like at the end of the day, it should just be, what do you want to do, When I tell people I want to fucking do podcast stuff for a living and marketing, and there's a lot of money going in podcast advertising, a lot of people are like, don't really believe me, A lot of people kind of think like, okay, well, what's your real job going to be? That, exactly, There's a lot of ad money that has been dumped into podcasting. First it was radio. Radio's dying slowly. And then TV's starting to slow down with all these streaming services. And then what's stopping from Netflix or Hulu picking up a podcast? Because right now podcasts are basically being filmed, they're being directed, and they're being produced at the highest level. You look at Joe Rogan's podcast, he's getting more views than some shows on TV, if not a majority of shows on TV. You go to Joe Rogan's podcast on YouTube, he's getting 5.6 million views. And that right there, if a network had that and it wasn't Sunday Night Football, they'd be, obviously they would want that. So what I'm saying is podcasting is slowly rising. I think a lot of people are just like slow to realize that. A lot of people still think it's a hobby. And for honestly, what I'm doing right now, it is. I'm not at that point of their level yet. But that's what I strive to be at, There's a lot of things that I want to do, and that's one of them. I look at podcasts like Chris D'Elia's Congratulations, or Theo Vaughn's this past weekend, Eric Griffin's Riffin' with Griffin, Brendan Schaub's with King and the Sting and Theo Vaughn. Like, those are all professionally produced. And they have people who are doing great jobs and great work to benefit that. And it's really cool to see, you know? Say you're listening to this and you're really into beauty. And some people go, well, beauty's a dying business. It's like, well, you look at someone like James Charles on YouTube. Yeah, all that drama and shit happened, but he was making a shit ton of money off of beauty. And what he did was he got a camera and he said, all right, well, let's fucking do this. It's cheap to be creative now, I should say, in the relative aspects of what it was back then. And I've said that in every podcast, you know. But yeah, I really like where podcasting is going. I really do. It's a great thing. And anyone who's interested or has any questions at all, if I don't know it, I'll look it up and try to find an answer. And if I can't find the answer, I'll refer you to someone who has more knowledge than me. Because I got some people that probably know a lot more. They do know a lot more than me. Basically, what I've been doing with the podcast is I've been trying to stay more consistent for you guys. You know, story post a day, keep that engagement ready. But another thing that I like to, I write all my thoughts down on this iPad, and for the people who change their usernames on Twitter or Instagram in accordance to the records of a team, I'm unfollowing you. Like, I'm sorry, I don't need to know the Broncos are blank and blank. Like, I'm a huge sports guy, but I do not need to know the record of the Seahawks. I could go look that up myself. And as soon as it's in your bio, I mean, not your bio's okay, but as soon as it's your name, like Drake, Miami Dolphins 2-9, don't care. I really don't care, and you're free to do whatever you want, but just know I'm not following you because every time you tweet that you had a bad day, I got to be reminded that the Dolphins are 2-8. Something I don't really care about, to be honest with you. If I want to know the Dolphins record, I'll go look it up. Also, if you have more than one emoji in your name on your Twitter or Instagram, I'm not looking at your profile. If you have more than 2 in your bio, definitely not following you. I didn't know we were in ancient times with hieroglyphics. If you can explain where you're from or explain what you're about in words, that's fine. I don't need to translate 15 different emojis to know what you do. Oh, you surf? You could just say you're a surfer as just in words. I don't need wave emoji, surf emoji, girl emoji, dude emoji. Like, okay, we get it. You know, like if you have like your significant other's name and a ring and a heart, okay, that's fine. But like, dude, I am not trying to translate your bio to know who you are. It's just it's something I'm pretty sure a lot of people they agree with. You know, I don't want to have to go get the Rosetta Stone to fucking know what you're talking about. You know, the Rosetta Stone, the translator, not the actual Rosetta Stone, that's for sure. Haven't seen that thing. That would be cool to go see. I do look forward to going to see the Rosetta Stone one day. Another thing that irks me a lot. So I'll be, sitting talking to people, and I'm all for people having their favorite shows and stuff, right? But why is it that all the Friends fans are the most annoying ones? Like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I watched this show. Oh, well, I watched Friends, and I've watched it 17 different times. Okay? Like, Friends fans are obnoxious, and tag your Friends fans because you know what? They need to stop. I'm tired of hearing all the Jennifer Aniston hype and all the hype and hype this and Friends is underrated and all this. You know what isn't underrated? Not watching Friends, because I haven't watched an episode of Friends, and guess what? My life has gone pretty good. And why does it seem like the people who do watch Friends, they just watch Friends, and they don't have any friends? It's so... The only friends they have are other friends that have watched Friends. Dude, nothing against the actors, the actresses, the producers, or the people who make the show, but fuck. Your fans are just nuts. I've gotten to the point where, say I go on a date with the dream girl, right? She's like perfect, my type, shorter, black hair, boom, like there it is. You know, that's just roughly image for me. And she says, yeah, I had a great day and I just got to talk to you about friends. Man, I do not, I would probably want to cut my ears off. I'm sorry. I just do not want to listen to friends. And maybe we're in a long-term relationship. I'd listen to it and complain about it in my head internally. But if it was my first date, I would probably have my friend call me and be like, yo, get me the fuck out of here. Because I am not trying to listen to the recap of Friends Season 3 where blank and blank, hook up blank and blank, lame. That sounds lame. No way am I listening to that. No way. That's been something I've been saying lately. No way with my buddies. My buddy says boo a lot. I say no way. Like, no fucking way, dude. That's a cool word. No way is cool. You can be like, no way, man, or no way. There's different ways of saying no way. Same with dope. I love the word dope. You'd be like, all right, that's dope. Dope. Dopeness. There's a whole bunch of things you can do with dope. Or say there's a thing of dope next to you. That's dope. There's a whole bunch of cool. I love that. Legit. That's another cool word. I'm too legit to quit. In fact, I'm too legit. Too legit to quit. Shout out to my guy, man. Man, dude, I mean, there's been a lot going on, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going through a lot. Maybe you're late to work right now. Maybe you're driving to work. But that's your problem. You should have got up a little earlier. Has anyone else been feeling like they haven't been getting enough sleep, or is that just me? I feel like I go to bed at 11 and I wake up at 6 and I can't go back to sleep. Am I stressed? I don't know. I'm working out. I'm eating good. I guess I'm just kind of nervous for surgery. Yeah, I got surgery coming up. Get the appendix removed finally. Yeah, that's going to be a trip. Does anyone else have you ever had surgery before? Did you check to see if your phone paused after that little pause there? All that happened is I just took a drink of water. It's hard to keep talking and, know that you're doing it. But let's get to some questions from the DJP fans. These questions were sent in on Instagram. If you guys want to go send in your own personal question, feel free. It's on Dom Joseph Podcast on Instagram, or you could leave a voicemail at the hotline, which is 425-320-3641. Again, 425-320-3641. Question 1 comes from Amanda T. What makes you bored? Wow. What makes me bored? People who just stick to the same generic ass questions like, oh, what's up? What are you doing? Or what is your major? What are you going to do after school? It's like, if it's my family and I haven't seen you in a long time, I get it. But if it's like a date, dude, I really don't care. Tell me your fucking favorite color on a dog. Some cool shit. If you could only have one pet, what pet would it be if it couldn't be a dog or a cat? Those are some cool ass questions. Those catch people off guard. Or would you wear braces for 10 years for your college to be paid for as an adult? Would you do that? Would you read a book every day for the rest of your life if it meant your kid's college was paid for? I'm not saying I didn't tell you what book you had to read, but maybe you say, no, dude, fuck them kids. See? Maybe there's some people out there who really wouldn't want to read a book. I got books and I need to read them a little more, but there's some people who would rather claw their eyes out than read a text. I get it, dude. I would rather trip down some stairs instead of doing a fucking quadratic formula. Oh my God. Maybe I just don't know how to do it right. If I knew how to do it, I'd be okay. But I feel like all the way through math, I never tried. I never tried in math. Except for in my college courses, I did. I had to try. And shout out to my teacher. And I'm not saying any of my teachers did anything remotely bad. It was like I just would get in the class and I would hate math. Would anyone else do that? You would go into math and you try to have a good day, and then you don't get it. And then you sit there, you're pissed off, then you start hating the teacher even though the teacher hasn't done shit, but you just hate the subject so much that you start hating the person who teaches it. That's how much I hated math. I would start hating things around me because it bummed me out so much. It would bum me out. Like, I don't have to do math anymore. In school, I mean, obviously I have to do math when it comes to taxes and all that kind of shit. But, oh, that's another fucking thing I get since I'm native too. Do you pay taxes? No fucking duh, I pay taxes. Don't give me do you pay taxes? Yes, I pay. Okay? Just get over it. Get over the fact that you think we don't pay because we do. There. Yeah, is there anything, have you ever had anything like that where it just bums you out? I've met people that legit complain every time I hang out with them. And they are the most annoying people to hang out with. And they're usually the ones that complain that I don't hang out with them. Like, why don't you look in a mirror for a whole day, complain the same way you complain to me, and then say if you want to fucking be around that person? No way you want to. Because as soon as you're like, oh, well, I should have this and this and this and that and that. Oh, well, you get this and I don't. Nobody wants to be around you. Get over it. Newsflash. There's fun people to be around and you're not one of them. I'd rather hang around those balloon things that are outside the car insurance thing that just flop around and smile all day. Those things are more cool to hang out with than people who complain. I'd rather hang out with a tree. I'd rather hang out with 12 cartons of eggs than people who complain. I'd rather go outside and just sit and listen to the air than listen to someone complain. Oh my God. Anyone else? Would anybody else do that? I hate listening to people complain. That makes me bored. Oh man. I get you if you have a problem, Damn, dude, my car fucking got a flat tire. Oh. Okay, well, let's fix it. But say your tire popped a week ago and you were late to work on Monday and you're like, man, I was so late on Monday, and they're complaining about it a week removed. Like, dude, you're just giving yourself gray hairs for this. I found a gray hair on myself the other day, actually. That was fucking rough. I thought it was kind of cool, though. Touch of gray. Dude, I think I'm going to look good with a touch of gray if I can, maintain the hair. Okay, so next question comes from, who's this one from? Let's scroll down here. From Jasmine Yu. If this is the Jasmine I think it is, what's going on, Jasmine? Thank you for leaving a question. Hey, Dom, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? Man, I kind of talked about this in the beginning of the show. I'm kind of introverted in a way sometimes, but I love to be around people. But I do this thing where I weirdly just don't show up to places. And it's not intentional, and it's not because I don't like the people who I usually hang out around with. I will just stop being around for a bit. Like, I'll drop off the face of the earth. And I weirdly love doing that. Like, I'll vanish for 2 weeks and not even say a word to someone. And it's mostly because I'm working on myself, and it's nothing personal. Like, sometimes I'll just get really into playing guitar or really playing the piano or editing this podcast, or maybe it's just fucking laying down. Like, sometimes I just don't even want to be around people, and I guess I'm half and half. So I hate to answer your question with a shitty-ass answer like that, but I think I am half and half. And I think the reason why I do that is it's easy for me to do it like that, because when I can shut people out like that, it kind of gives me a space where I don't really have to deal with what's going on with myself, like the bigger problem. I'll continue to, I'll do that, and then I'll recollect all the bad things that have happened, or even things that are stressing me out. and it feels like I'm hiding from the bigger problem. So maybe that's why I do it. I try to hide from those big problems. Because everyone has that one big, a couple big problems that they face with every day, or maybe they come in back and kind of hinder with them a little bit. But if I've ever ghosted you or ghosted a friend group for that, and you got offended that I didn't show up or I bailed on you last second, it's never personal. It never is. In fact, I don't think I hate anybody. It's just not, I don't really like to hate people. Hate's a strong word. I don't even really dislike people. I just dislike what they do. I never dislike the person. Like what I was just talking about previously, people who complain, I don't hate them. Maybe I said I hate them in the rant, but yeah, I guess that's just a shout out to everyone who, has ever had me flake on them. And I don't know if I'll ever stop doing it, because that's just how I kind of move. I kind of like being a mystery sometimes. I don't like to be predictable. In sports, you don't like to be predictable. You don't want to dribble the same way to the fucking right side of the court and lay it up. That you can't do that every time, because if someone does that, they're going to push you left. So I feel like if I'm too consistent with who I hang out with and what I set out to do every day, and it's just everybody knows what I'm doing, and I don't like that. I like just being random, I've heard people like that about people, but that's not why I do it. Fuck. Oh, man. All right, let's lighten things up a little bit here. What is your dream job? Andrew G. Hey, what up, bro? Again, I don't like to say the last names on here. I don't want to, someone to be like, hey, that question you asked, and they find you and whatever. But, you asked the question, you obviously know I'm going to answer it. What is your dream job? My dream job right now, as of now, is for working for a podcast. I want to work for one of my favorite comedians. His name's Theo Vaughn, and he has a producer named Nick. And everything he is set to do for that podcast and everything he's done, and he's also had some other help too. I don't know other names. I think Gianni's another one that he's had on his podcast. I'd love to work and see how they do it there. I'd love to just be a sponge and just be an intern and learn everything and just see the business and see all the great things about it. I actually reached out to his producer, and he said he will be looking for a spring intern. So, I might continue to be like, hey man, if you ever need some help, let me know. So it was really cool to hear that message yesterday. It was kind of a birthday present I kind of told myself. But I would love to meet Theo Vaughn and meet his team. They do a fantastic job for what they're doing. Mythical Studios with Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link would be a cool job to go see their studio and everything, how they do. I just love the comedy scene right now. There's so many great people. Joe Rogan started from there. Theo Vaughn, Chris D'Elia, Eric Griffin, Tommy Lee, Steve Lee or Bobby Lee's from Tiger Belly and all that. A lot of people have come from that, and it's really cool to see that the two of stand-up comedy and podcasting are kind of working well together. So if I could see how to produce a good show and maybe have someone from my team, or maybe I go and be the grunt worker and just get guys burritos for fucking a year just to see how they do it, I'd be 100% down with that. So my dream job is to hopefully work for this past weekend. That would be really cool. I'm going to put that into the air and make that my goal, or another dream of mine is to be on that podcast, talking with Theo Vaughn, talking with Joe Rogan, a lot of great people. Yeah, that's the end goal. When I first started this, I did want to meet Kid Cudi, and I still do want to meet Kid Cudi. So, anyway, I could talk to him, and that'd be a cool dream. Let's get one more in here. We're at the 29-minute mark, 29 minutes and 47 seconds. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let's get one more in here, and then we'll close it up. What do you admire most about your parents? And if you just have one parent, the parent or possibly an older sibling that has raised you? This question comes from Danica F. I have never met you, Danica, but thank you so much for the question. I was raised by my mom and my brother's dad at a time for a little bit of my life, until I was like 9. And I was also raised by many people in my family, but I have to give all the credit to my mom. What do I admire most about my mom? She's done a lot. She's always put me and my brother first, and I admire that a lot. There's many words to describe my mom. I don't really know what I would describe my mom as, is because she's so many things for me. She's like the rock that me and my brother need. Yeah, she would make us do the dishes sometimes, but like if my mom didn't harp on me to clean and do all the chores that she did tell me to do, I don't know where I'd be today. Because now, like, my room's always clean. I always have clean dishes. Like, I don't know. But I admire the most about my mom is that she always put us first. And it was never not known to me. Like, my mom always trusted us. At a young age, she was able to raise 2 great kids, and she always let me do whatever I wanted to do. I remember when I was in high school, there was schools that you could go be special. There's like a school. We had a school system that you could be like an engineer, a doctor, like in the media, which is like photography and all that, and then there was entrepreneur. And my mom really wanted me to go to the biomed one, the one where you learn how to be like a doctor and you take an extra science class and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And then one day I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't really want to do that. I want to be like a movie person, a producer or something, in front of the camera or behind the camera. And without skipping a beat, my mom said, all right, well, as long as you want to do what you want to do, that's fine with me. And she always let me do what I wanted. And I'd be in sports and I'd be like, Mom, I don't want to do this anymore. And she said, all right, you don't have to. And sometimes I wish I had that for her to be like, no, you're going to do it. Because if so, I maybe could have been a little bit better at football. But at the expense of not being happy for me at the time, that wasn't worth it. I played those sports when I wanted to. At a young age, I just wanted to play Halo and Guitar Hero all day. And she thought, hey, it's better than my son doing something he doesn't want to do. And I was always happy. So if my mom is listening to this, thank you so much, Mom, and everything that you've done for me and Luke and everyone. And shout out to my aunties and uncles and my cousins, all of them too, for letting me literally stay at their house whenever, Fantastic group of people for all the vacations they've bringing me on or places they've bringing me to eat. Because goddamn, I may not be the biggest dude, but I do fucking eat a lot. Like, when I went to my buddy's house one of the first times, he's like, do you get fed at home? I was like, my mom feeds us more than she probably should. Like, me and my brother never not have food. Like, me and my brother would always have these Angus hamburgers. Like, my mom would get at like Costco, and you'd microwave them. Dude, like, those were so good. My mom knew. She's like, I don't really want to be feeding you guys this. So she would she would put in some beans or some peppers in the side. But me and my brother, dude, we love that microwavable food. Because we microwave it, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then we'd run upstairs, start the game, get in the lobby, and then run downstairs, go to the bathroom. And in that 2 minutes, sometimes I wouldn't wash my hands, I'm not going to lie. And then, you got to get down there before it beeps, and me and my brother would just heat those up. And dude, those were the times. Those were really the times. Yeah, so I guess I just really admired how my mom let us do whatever. And she's the most loving person I've ever met. Everybody in my family is loving. And yeah, let's end it on that, a good note. And there wasn't too many laughs this episode, and there wasn't really too many funny topics, but sometimes not every day is like that. Today is November 19th, 2019. If I haven't told you already, that is my birthday. So if you haven't reached out, go ahead and reach out. For the people who actually made it to the 35-minute mark. Again, you guys can reach us at domjosephpodcast.com. Go check that out. Dom Joseph Podcast on Instagram, on LinkedIn, Twitter, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube. We're on it all, man. If you are into producing anything or behind the camera work or post-production or anything revolving podcasts and you want to be involved with Dom Joseph Podcast, let me know. I am 100% welcoming anyone who wants to help out. I just think it would be kind of cool to have a team, some teammates, and I already got some things going on, and I think it would be great to have a team. That's what this is all about. There's no I in team, but if you spell out team, like in capital letters, like there's an I in the A. Yeah. So remember that. You learn something every day. Wait, let me throw a random fact at you. Most old people die in the summer, I've heard, more than any other season. But yeah, there's something you don't learn every day. But thank you guys so much and have a great one. See you later.